Vermont Utility Outlook issued this 21st day of April, and we're looking at the northern hemisphere, and there's really not a whole lot going on. We do have colder air across northern Canada, parts of Greenland. Some of this is going to make its round here. We got high latitude blocking building in, and this is going to force the jet stream to cut underneath in a nearly continuous sit and spin of an upper level low. It's going to force chilly conditions across our region. And this is the current surface conditions right now. As you can see, there are actually snow being produced 1 to 3 inches across parts of northern Minnesota and then into Wisconsin. This is the upper level system, the surface low actually showing up here. And we've been pulling a moisture plume, of course, up the coast, and that's been feeding the bouts of rain and high gusty winds, or those southeasterly gradient winds that produce wind gusts as high as unofficially 64 miles per hour. The other interesting thing is we've had a round of thunderstorms work across and affect a little bit of southern Vermont and mostly across southern New England. That is now working its way to around Bangor, Maine, and this is where there's quite a bit of action still happening here. And this is the very tight pressure gradient that moved through our region during the day on Monday. Kind of ugly to see temperatures basically in the 20s feeding and cycling in around that area of low pressure. This is going to be coming at us for especially later in the week. But there are some redeeming qualities ahead. We might actually get some partial sunshine as some of this dry air entrains and moves across our region later today. Now for tomorrow, the SREF model is indicating a low percentage chance for some thunderstorm activity. This may not even happen, but we do have that possibility during the afternoon hours with any kind of a little bit of sunshine. That'll force some updrafts in some of those cells, and we'll have some wannabe thunderstorms that could even produce a little bit of graupel or small hail. That would happen on Wednesday. So running the computer models out the next 7 days, you can see that this is the main shot of precipitation, and this overnight that's taken place already. And then we see a little bit of a drying trend, but periodic bouts of minor precipitation. But notice those blue lines. This is indicated temperatures aloft that are cold enough to produce snow. This time of year, down on the valley floors, it's mostly rain, but we have an issue that'll be coming up on Thursday night and Friday with a little bit of wet snow. And you can see this is probably that situation here where there's an area of surface low pressure system that sets up 1,000 millibars, intensifies, heads into the Gulf of Maine. So probably in this period here, we're talking during the overnight period, that's going to be a little bit problematical. And then if you just watch how this progresses, the system just curls back very quickly and then right into our neck of the woods, and that's when we're looking at a little bit of wet snow here. Now, as we get into the weekend, we're still plagued by the same old, but some warmer air is trying to make it in here as we get into the early part of next week. However, I do not trust the computer modeling right now. It is rather poor. There's a 12-hour snow accumulation. So right in this area here, we're talking Thursday morning over toward the Northeast Kingdom, the White Mountains of New Hampshire. And then you see that area kind of spins up to the north of us and then quickly makes a left hook and comes back down. So we're looking at some wet snow all the way down the spine of the Green Mountains for Friday. And then this kind of lingers into the morning hours on Saturday and then pulls away, and we're looking at better conditions thereafter. But we're still talking about wet snow on April 21st. And total 7-day accumulation. This is valid through next Tuesday, April the 28th. Most of the heavier precipitation is going to be off to the north and east of our region. We're probably closer to a ½ inch than an inch based on the latest modeling, but this is going to be a little bit more of an impact area off to the north and east of our region. Not as bad off to the south and west. Well, with high latitude blocking, as you might expect, we have chillier than normal conditions, and this is the high temperature anomalies. You can see running about anywhere from 6 to 9 degrees below normal for this time of year. This is over a wide area. And roughly about 3 days later, this is how it's shaping up. Not a lot of change. Again, about 6 to 9 degrees below normal. So a rather cool stretch ahead. Quick look at the temperature schematic here for the GFS ensemble. And you can see max min, reasonably good accuracy, at least indicated by the GFS ensemble here with our most concern. That's coming in later in the week and into the early part of the weekend. And temperatures finally make a little bit of a rise upward. The thing that's a little ugly about this is that at 850 millibars hectopascals, you're looking at temperatures cold enough to snow anytime we dip down below the 0-degree isotherm. So chances for wet snowflakes galore for the next several days. Upper level low, weatherman's woe. Here's another way to look at things. This is the European overlaid with the GFS. Now you have to adjust these temperatures, but if we center it on 32 degrees, here's your minimum temperatures going down below 32 degrees, and this is an indicative of some wet snow potential, at least at night. And you can see that we have several shots. Now, trying to match our temperatures up here a little bit better, we'll use the 50-degree temperature. It would look like this. So our max temperature is a couple 50s, and then we make a dramatic downturn, and that's what will be happening on basically Thursday and Friday. But then we make a nice rise upward, so something to look forward to. Now, the GFS is actually the cool one here, at the European indicating a little bit more optimism. And this temperature here, you can see it's getting up around 62 degrees, 62, 65. That would be sometime next week, but that's a long ways down the road. Here's NCEP's climate forecast system modeling showing your max min temperatures with this period well below normal. And eventually, by around the 3rd of May, that's when we start to see temperatures get back closer to seasonal norms into this period here. So the end of April, kind of like the end of March. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.